Hello there, ladies and gents. How you doing? And welcome to SkyFactory with me. Yeah, I'm all alone. There's no Jeff at the moment. Unfortunately, Jeff is rather ill, which is why there hasn't been a stream for a while. So he said it's okay for me to go ahead and do a special edition of SkyFactory 3. So lucky you. So here we are in front of the wall of cake with my jetpack. Woohoo! Yes, that's right. We can fly. We got this last stream. We also managed to get some dark steel armor. You talking to me, boy? You talking to me? But anyway, let's crack on with what we're going to get done. Because it was supposed to be in between streams as a nice surprise to Jeff. And if he doesn't come back on before he sees this video, it's going to be a surprise. Because, yeah, we've got two trees now. And a platform as well. Now, unfortunately, with this tree, as soon as I started messing around inside it, I knocked out a bark block, and that caused all of the leaf blocks to update. So the same thing will happen to this one. If we update the leaf blocks, they'll all start to despawn. So we'll have to repair that as we go along, when we put in some branches and place in some more leaf blocks, like you can see, as I've done on the underside of the platform over here. So yeah, all of these trees, I've gone and cleared some space because I've got a few ideas for down here. I just wanted to check them with Jeff first. But first of all, let's go over to this platform and I'll show you what we've got done. In fact, I'll show you how we can get up there, because I'll show you that in a minute. If we come in through here, we have the wall of tasks. Yep, it's all the things that we want to get done. As you can see, flight is in red because it's not fully completed. We can fly, but it's more a jetpack. We haven't got a like supremium armor or an angel ring or anything like that yet. They'll give us creative flight. I think that's what we meant by that. But what we do have is a elevator block, and if we go up, here we are on the first floor, which is where I've made a platform for sieving. That's right, I'm going to move all of our sieving production up onto this floor, and that is going to be at least the first part that we get done in this episode. Now, I've already gone ahead and put in some crucibles here, because this is going to be for our netherrack and endstone production. That's right. Eventually, we're going to have dust up here that is going to be sieved to make redstone and glowstone, and we're going to use that to make netherrack and endstone. That's right, and we will be putting these through as well. In here we have our fire water. Now I've just went and chiseled some clear glass, and there's no actual glass in this bit. All I've done is this little row here and a row here, and that is enough to keep the fire water in, and it gives us this nice, looks like a tank, but there isn't actually any glass in there. Yeah. Also, I went a bit crazy with the chiseling bits. This entire floor is chiseled. If I just knock out one block, you can see it's easier with the axe. Yep, there we go. So we have a layer of the redwood bark, then redwood, a layer of glowstone, and then more redwood, and that way this entire platform is lit up, so no mobs are going to be spawning up here. I also went and put in this nice little rail as well, and if we have a look on the underside, it looks like a branch that is coming off the tree, and then we've expanded out onto a platform. So yeah, it could do with a bit of tweaking, but it's not too bad. Now, another thing I've done is I haven't done just a branch. If we come down to the ground floor, if we go down again, we're on the sub level. So we have what will be a passive mob farm. I'm going to move our grid power. And the mob farm, I'm going to put some elevator blocks in here as well, but for now, we'll just come on down. Because we have, in fact, let me just turn off my jetpack. There we go. We have a route that is branching out diagonally, and eventually we will have an upgraded mob farm out over here. So if I just put my jetpack back on, there you go. So it will be done better than this. It's very just rough. I need to get all the blocks in place first, and then we'll go along with the chisel and bits. Now let me just see, well, how can I turn this jetpack down, because that is rather loud. Is it the blocks? No, it's not the blocks. Is it friendly creatures? Ambient environment? Aha! Players. There we go. Right. Now I'm not having to shout over that jetpack. So yeah, I've gone and got a bit done. I mean, Jeff says I like to do a bit of sweat and grinding. Well, yeah, he's right. I've got a fair bit done. So yeah. Now, we're going to start moving our sieving production up there. Okay, so let's get the first one of these set up, because I am actually going to do 4 different rows of sieving setups. We're going to have 2 this side that make gravel, and 1 will sift it into a diamond sieve, and the other will sift it into the string sieve. Now the reason we've got that is because they give different items. If we have a look here, let's go look in the gravel. There we are. So gravel through a sieve. Now if you go through a string, you get all your basic ores and flint. And then if we do it through a diamond, we get more copper, but we also get diamond, emerald, lapis and coal. So that way, if we do it through both, we get all the drops that you can get. Because if we look here, if we do it through iron, we don't get emeralds, but we get a few more of the ores. If we do it through flint, we don't get diamonds or emeralds, we do get lapis, and we get some of the ores as well. So that way, it's a way of making the best out of a weird situation, that we get everything we can from gravel. The same will also, it's also true for sand and dust, in that you get different items depending on what you sieve it through. So let's have a look. Where are we at? There we go, the sieve. So again, if you sieve it through different types of mesh, you get various different items. Now with the sand, I've decided that we were going to go for an iron, not flint, there we go, iron sieve, because that way, yeah, we get a few ores, but we get the prosperity shards, yellorium, which is something we're really going to need a lot later on, cocoa, quartz enriched iron dust, and to mention spores. It's mainly these 3 that we want, but also to help the ore production as well. We could go with this one, but we don't get cocoa beans, and we increase our ore production as well. And also with the dust, I'm thinking we'll go for an iron flint on that as well, an iron sieve on that one too, because again, all the ores and bone meal, gunpowder and crushed black quartz, which we're going to need. Whereas if we go through the iron, we get that, a few of the ores, we also get glowstone, redstone and blaze powder. Now these are the 2 that we will need for this setup in front of me here for the endstone and netherite production. So this is something we're probably going to need quite a lot of. So we may even end up doing a separate dust just for these 2. We'll see. We'll see how it goes with the production. But first of all, let's get the first gravel set up. So what I'm actually going to do is, using these cobblestone generators, I'm going to feed that cobblestone into a crafter and turn it into compressed cobblestone. And then we're going to make a compressed auto hammer. So rather than just telling you, let's go and make it. So we will need 1 of them, and we need to make the auto hammer. So let's just have a look here. Hammer. There we go. Now we need compressed diamond hammer. For that we need 9 of these. Well, we do actually have all that stuff just in here. I knew we were going to need these, so there we go. Bang. Right, and then just do that, and we have an auto hammer. We're going to need a fair few of these, so we might as well make them up now. And take 1 more. Okie dokie. How many more is in the chest? Hello? There we go. We've still got 5 in there. Okay, so we'll just put 2 of those in there. Then auto hammer. Right, so we need the steel, weighted pressure plates, that's 2 iron. So, dun 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 dun. 2 weighted pressure plates, compressed hammer, and the steel. There we go. And there we have a compressed hammer. Right, so the cobblestone generator will feed into the crafter. We'll turn that into compacted cobblestone, a compressed cobblestone rather, and we'll put that into the hammer. So that will turn it into gravel, I believe. So let's just do a quick check on that, because I don't think it does compressed gravel. I think it's just normal gravel. Now I want this. My OCD will kill me if I don't make this even. So let's just see how big is this gap here. Now we can't use this because this chisel block sticks out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15. Right, so minus the 2 rows, that's 13. 4 and 5 in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So yeah, I did actually make this platform a bit larger than was needed. Because I'll be completely honest, when I was building this the other night, I was actually watching Biffa, one of the hermits, on their new Hermit Sky series. And I saw how he was doing the whole compressed system. Obviously, they don't have the Ex Nihilo in the Project Ozone light pack. So he was using mechanical users and sieves and absorption hoppers. And I thought that was quite a good idea. Until I realised, well, not really, because he was losing quite a few bits there. And this way, these don't really use power. They're not that expensive. Let's just do it like this. It saves on space. So yeah, this platform is a bit bigger than what we might need, but who knows? Maybe we'll double up on some of our production. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, we have our crafter here, which will then feed into our compressed hammer. There we are. I'm going to run all the piping underneath and hide it with chiseling bits, so it'll look neat. I mean, as you can see over here, just put a bit of a lip in with some chisel bits. So we'll do the same over here, just to hide the piping as well. So, cobblestone generator will feed into this. This will then feed into here. So, let's make the recipe. Let's get the recipe sorted on this. So, recipe 1. Cobblestone. There we go. All items consumed. Yep. Results of crafting going to the output. Yes. And apply. Okay, so if we give this some cobblestone now. It needs power. Okay, dang it, we're going to need power. I was hoping that these wouldn't. Which ones is it that don't need power? I'm sure there was a crafter that doesn't need power. Maybe that's just me being maybe just wishful thinking. Analog crafter, is it that one maybe? Because that needs power, yep. So obviously this one needs power as well. It's not refined storage because that's a storage system which we don't have. So let me just quickly make one of these guys and see if this will do it for us. Well, we have a partial success, guys. I thought, fantastic, because this analog crafter, if we go ahead and do this, so sticky, so it keeps one block in, so we keep the pattern, and spread items so it evenly distributes any items we put in. Watch this. It does it automatically without the need for power. So there's me thinking, fantastic, right, brilliant. That's that doing it automatically. So let's see if this makes compressed gravel. Yeah, this needs power as well. Dang it. So if we're needing power over here anyway, we might as well go ahead and stick to our normal crafter, because this we can infuse so it uses less power when we get round to building an infuser. I really thought we'd gone and saved ourselves. Plus I think this thing can be sped up. Yeah. So okay, I'm going to get all this laid out at least, and then we can see about getting some power up here. Dang it. Okay guys, so it's only very briefly later. I went and grabbed one of the capacitor banks from our power production just to bring it up here to see how quickly this can work. yeah, that won't work at the moment because I use this. So let's just quickly make some more cobblestone. And I've got a feeling we may be completely changing our idea here, guys. Because power-wise, if we're going to be using power anyway... Now, this uses 40 RF per tick. However, it is incredibly slow when it comes to hammering the compressed cobblestone. Yeah, I know we can speed it up by putting hammers in here, but that's going to be using up lots of diamonds each time. You think each one of these uses 18 diamonds just to speed it up. And there's no guarantee that we're going to be getting that many diamonds from each time we do this. However, our way of doing it down here, where we use the sag mills, now this, yes, it uses 60 RF per tick, but look at that. That is a lot quicker. I mean, I know it's only doing one at a time and not compressed, but that's still, you times that by 9, that's a lot quicker than the way we were thinking of doing it up there with the auto compressed hammers. You know what, folks, I'm thinking we may just stick to our sag mills, and if it ain't broke, why fix it? So that means we have to do a complete redesign for what we're going to do up here. So yeah, maybe we may end up needing this much space. Maybe we'll just use half of it. I'm gonna crack on with sorting this mess out now, and yeah, I'll bring you guys back when I can safely say that we have a plan. Dang it, I was all geared up for doing it this way, but if it's not efficient, I just can't bring myself to do it. I just can't do it, guys. Oh yeah. Okay, guys, so I've gone and got the system set up, and yeah, this is a lot more compact than what I was originally planning. So we've got a fair bit of extra area, so we may end up making this a multi-use platform, maybe doing some block production up here as well. Yeah, maybe we'll move our obsidian production up here as well. That might be an idea, and our dirt production as well, because just down here, let's fly on down, you may be able to see it just there, those barrels. Yeah, all I do is I'll come along and fill this chest with all the spare eggs and manure and everything that we've been getting from these chickens, and through this system here, fills all these up and they compost down into dirt. So we may set up some sort of automatic system where we have a whole load of chickens that we filter out all the manure and everything eventually, and that'll all come up to there, so we can also produce dirt, because for what I've got planned down here, we're going to need quite a bit of dirt, but that's for another day once I've spoken to Jeff. For now, we need to sort this out, and we're also going to need to sort out some form of power production up here, but we'll get to that in a moment. Initially, what we have is where these blocks of cobblestone are, that's where I'm going to put the cobblestone generators. So these two here, they go through just the one sag mill, and all the gravel they produce will be filtered into these auto sieves. So we have these here that have got string meshes. Now I will point out, I've just spent quite a while sorting out Civ Fortune 2s for all of these meshes. That took me a while, but yeah. So these two have got string, and then these two have the diamond. Now these I already had from our sieving setup down there. So yeah, so this is the gravel set. Then this one here, the cobblestone will go through there, the gravel through to there, and then the sand will go into these. And then same here, so cobblestone into there, gravel into here, sand into there, and then the dust will go into those two. And then also, because also when you do use a sag mill on cobble, yes, it produces gravel, but there's also a chance that it will produce sand. And when you sag mill gravel into sand, there's a chance it will produce dust. So what I'm going to have to do is set up the Ender.io item conduits that we're going to be using in such a way that those supplementary items move in to the right row. It takes a bit of fiddling around, and I'm going to be using quite a few item filters, but we will get there in the end. So what I'm thinking I need to do first though is figure out some sort of power production. Now I was looking in, rather than just using the magmatic generators like we've already got down there, nice, quick and easy, I was trying to think of another way that we could produce some power. And with that in mind, I did look into immersive engineering, because in here we have the power generators. There we are, power generation. So this uses kinetic energy and transfers it. Oh, okay, let's just get rid of that. Yeah, that transfers it into RF. However, these windmills, yeah, they don't produce a lot. The water mills, they produce about 30 RF. You can have 3 of them alongside each other, so that's 90 RF. But if you think about it, each one of these sag mills uses 60 RF, and that's with a double layer capacitor in there. If we were to put octactic capacitors in there, that's 100 RF, so that wouldn't be any good. So say if we put a double layer capacitor into each of these would require 2 water wheels. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 water wheels, and that's just to power the sag mills. Never mind powering these as well. I mean, look, 20 RF per tick. So that's another 42, 30, 50, 70. Yeah, maybe the water wheels aren't a way to go. And then there was also the improved windmills. Now, if we were these produce more RF, depending on how high you put them. Well, obviously here we're only at Y86. Even if we were to put them all the way at the top, if we were to make a little platform at the top and just put windmills up the top here, they wouldn't even be producing. Well, I'd have to go up to above here to be making 50 RF per tick. So that's not really a feasible option. There's also, if we have a look in this book, come on back, thermoelectric. Now this produces RF when you have a hot block next to a cold block, but again, it's not producing RF in the quantities we need. The sooner we can get an extreme reactor set up, the better. But for that we need uranium and a lot of it, and a way of producing a lot of it. So that's going to be further down the line, that is. So to be honest, at the moment, guys, I think the magmatic generator is going to be the best way to go, because it will produce a quick and easy way of making fuel. I mean, all of that, these magmatic generators produce enough RF to power this whole system and to fill up that 75 million RF capacitor bank. Yeah, I've gone and taken a few things out because I've kind of used them. But yeah, that was enough to power. I think we had 3 sag mills, an alloy smelter, 2 auto hammers, 2 auto sieves, and the crafter. So yeah, maybe we'll make one of these setups. So we'll leave this one down here for now, because we may end up using it at a later date, or we may just move it onto a power platform. But yeah, I'm a bit stuck. Any power production we put up here anyway is going to be temporary until I build another one of these branches for our power. It's probably going to be a different level altogether, actually. I'm thinking maybe the sub level of that tree is where we'll have all of our power produced, and then just run it all up through energy conduits. And do we even have dimensional transceivers? Yes, we do. So we can even move the power around with them. So yeah, for now, guys, I think we'll get all these wired up and then figure out some sort of basic power production, basic and temporary, just so we can get this whole lot working. Yeah, but once it's done, we're laughing. Well then, ladies and gents, guys and girls, there we go. That is the basics of the system all gone and wired up. Ignore the energy conduits on top, that I've just put in so I can test the system. What we need to concentrate on is all of this below. Yeah, there's a whole network of item conduits. Every single one of these connections has an item filter of some description on it, so only the right item can go in. These chests are also here so that all the sand that these sag mills produce as a byproduct will go through into the sag mill for sand here, and then the same again this one for dust, so that all the dust comes into here as well. I did derp up a little bit because I completely forgot that to make dust you need to hammer sand. You can't put sand in a sag mill, otherwise you just produce silicon. So yeah, we've got to put a auto hammer in here. And also on this side, our dust production purely for the glowstone and redstone to make endstone and netherrack. That's been working pretty well. Just in the quick test run I made 22 endstone and 16 netherrack, and that was just in a very quick brief test, just so I could figure out that none of these have got capacitors in yet, so it's all just the basic energy costs. And if I put this capacitor bank on here, everything starts to run. And hear all those noises? Yep, everything is running, and we can see 860 RF per tick at the most. So we know that just with the basic energy costs, really we want to be making at least 900 RF per tick. So yeah, but then of course I do want to go in and put maybe just some basic capacitors to speed this up, and that again is going to probably double the RF cost. So whatever power we produce, we know that we're probably going to need at least a couple of thousand RF per tick. But I think we're going to deal with that either in the next stream or the next episode. Depends how long it takes Jeff to feel better. Because to be honest guys, this has completely boggled my brain. And I think all I want to do now is take a quick break, but then jump straight back in, get all the energy conduits taken from off top, put all those in on the bottom. Where we're going to put our energy production for this, it's going to be a temporary situation really anyway. So I think if we put it over here, or maybe we'll run a line of put some capacitor banks just in here, and then have basic energy production just temporarily over here. Yeah, so I'm going to get that done either in the next stream or the next episode, and then get all this hidden away. We're going to use chisel and bits and conduit facades to get all of this hidden, so that whether you look from above or from below, you won't see any of these conduits. And that includes all of these on top of here, because all this lava production and the endstone and netherrack production, yeah, we're going to get all that hidden away as well. But this is working out pretty well guys, I've got to admit. I'm rather chuffed with this. So yeah, all these are sieving away. Look at that, fantastic. Now I don't actually have all of this going into here just yet. It's all just going into this chest. But look at that. That is fantastic. Cocoa beans as well? I didn't think we were producing cocoa beans. Okay then. I'm gonna have to make a spot for them, because I don't, if I was to let that go, there we are. So yeah, all of these ore pieces, they come along going into the crafter, as you can see. Then underneath the crafter there's a conduit into this painted sag mill. Yes, this bark block here is a sag mill. See? But that's going to need power. So again, that's more power that we haven't actually allocated for in here, because this isn't connected. Then we have an alloy smelter right here, which has got no power. So this is just going to fill up. So yeah. But anyway guys, that is going to be everything today from a googly-eyed PaternoX. Yes, looking at all of this conduit facades and figuring out all these item frames has made me go googly-eyed. But if you have enjoyed this episode guys, please go ahead and smash that like button. Let me know you enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to click the subscribe button and to ring that bell so you get notified when all the new videos come out. Because don't forget, these streams will be replayed as well, so keep an eye out for those. But until I see you again next time guys, take it easy, and I will see you all later. Bye!